Hi there, this is Henry Smith from IamWealthyandRich.com. Welcome to today's video update. So what I'm doing here is I'm growing a cryptocurrency investment portfolio, and every day what I do is I update the figures on the portfolio versus the previous day to track its growth. And the way the market goes, it expands and contracts, expands and contracts. After an expansion, there's no contraction. And the good news is that we're going in the right direction, which is great. And this was started about a year ago in May 2020. And I always say I use two tools in my arsenal. One is the positive mental wealth prosperity mindset, which is a very important part and the foundation. And then the second is the right investment strategy. Now, before I continue, I just want to do the disclaimer to say that I'm not a financial planner or advisor. I'm not a CPA or an accountant. I'm not part of a regulated body. This is just something I'm doing for myself and to share my experience. Always do your own due diligence and your own research. This is meant for just educational purpose, not investment information. And also understand that all investments do carry risks. So, the risks in all investments, so do not invest more than you can afford to lose. So with that said, what I'm going to do is share my screen and go to my spreadsheet and update today's figures. What we've got right now is the spreadsheet I've been updating. So for those of you who are new to this video series, started updating these from February 2021. So even though I started the portfolio last May, I actually didn't start it with the intention to do videos. It wasn't really my intention at all. Solely as we got into this year, I thought it'd be good to start maybe recording it on a daily basis just to see if I could see a pattern or a trend. And then around the 22nd of February, I decided to start recording the videos, documentation of the videos. So this is really just a kind of case study documentation for my purposes, future purposes. So as you can see, so at the time when I actually started, the actual total portfolio size was $106,064. And although we started from much more humble beginnings before it rose to that level. And then as the figures were coming during the day, I put them here in green. And when they go backwards on the previous day, it will be in red, minus, and be in red, forward, backwards. And so as you can see, we've got lots of forwards and backwards. We also have many different columns. This is a column to do with what we call the altcoins. This column is to do with the Bitcoin, which is, I only added that recently. I decided to take it all the way back to the beginning to track it. So at that time, Bitcoin was 33,931. And then this is the total of the portfolio. So I get my figures from this tab here for the asset summary. And as you can see, crypto investment asset summary. And this comes into a live feed here, which is updated every 10 minutes or thereabouts. And this portfolio consists of one whole Bitcoin and then an assortment of alternative cryptocurrency coins, otherwise known as altcoins. So, and this is the total in US dollars of the portfolio. This is on the right-hand side. This is the same portfolio, but just the same equivalent in GBP, Great British Pounds. And these are just a percentage mix between Bitcoin and the altcoins at the moment. It didn't start off like this. It's kind of the altcoins have started to shift and created like an 80 spread, 80% spread. So anyway, what I'm going to do is take this figure here, which is 239,549.29. So I go down to the bottom now. I put today's date in and the time. So it's the 9th of May. And I've forgotten the figure. So what's the figure called? 239,549.29. 239,549.29. Make sure I got that right. 249,549.29. So that is down on yesterday, I believe, a little bit down. That's minus 3,000. And this figure here, which is also looks like it's down on yesterday, 296,929.09, 296,929.09, 296,929.09. I think that was right. Is that 29? Yeah, that's correct. And that is a 5,000 down from yesterday. Like I stay in the red, and Bitcoin is also down on yesterday as well. We color that red as well, and that's the way it goes. So we'll just make that bold. Save. So that's the update of the figures today. As I said, after a while of doing this, you start to see a pattern emerging, and wait till my mouse will stop. You start to see a pattern, like I said. You get these long runs, then you get 1 day or 2 day backwards, even sometimes 3 days back. Then you get another set of long runs, and you get 1 or 2 days back. Then you get some short runs as well. Like we've had short runs here, and we've had some short runs here. This was a short run, and so on and so forth. So we get short runs and then drawbacks. So it's just interesting the way the patterns keep repeating itself. Bitcoin seems to be a lot more up and down when taken in isolation, but when you combine it with the altcoins, the altcoins as well, because it's the suite of altcoins, they kind of cushion the volatility a little bit. Bitcoin is just on its own here, so that's why you can see a lot more red. But it's still, at the end of the day, going in the right direction. Like I said, it was 33,000 in the 1st of February. And on the 1st of March, it's 48,000. So 1st of April, it's 59,000. So it is, again, it has lots of dips in between, which is something that people need to understand, as it goes from one milestone to another, from one all-time high to another. It's going to have a lot of dips in between, but still get to the next all-time high. And then, we've got to get to in May. Where's May? So so in May, we've got to get to, because it's already hit the 60th mark sometime around here, middle of April. And again, like middle of March, it hit the 59 mark, and so on and so forth. Middle of February, just after the middle of February, hit the 57 mark. So we're hoping for the middle of May to hit the new all-time high, somewhere between the middle and I would say the 20th, where is it, and the 21st. So somewhere between I would say the 13th and somewhere between the 13th or 14th, shall we say, of May and the 21st. Somewhere between that, we're hoping it should go towards a new high in the 70s. And then it's going to do what it always does when it reaches the new high, which is go down again. And that's just the way it goes, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And you just need to be prepared for that. And knowing that, yes, it's going to go down, but it's going to recover and go back up. And so that's that. So that's really what I wanted to mention today. Just be prepared for the upward swings and the downward swings. You have to take them hand in hand. And nobody really knows exactly what the market is going to do. Nobody knows exactly. People have maybe rough ideas due to some past experience, but past experience is not always an indicator of future performance. It's not a guarantee of future performance. It's a rough indicator, but it's not always a guarantee. So you must be aware of that. But the market is it's got a long way to go before we get to the end of this cycle. And Ethereum is doing really well, and Bitcoin is going to hopefully start moving in the right direction over the next couple of weeks, we shall see. You know, again, no matter what it's done. The funny thing is, if it doesn't, you know what would happen? It would then move dramatically the month after, because sometimes it surprises people. When you sit down and wait and expect it to do something, sometimes it doesn't do anything. And then when it reaches the time when it should have done something and that time has passed, and you take your eye off the ball, then it does something. It's quite funny. It's like it's got a sense of humor. But it's, you know, it's got a long way to go. It's a powerful store of value. And it's you know, when you monitor something, it's like having a tree and trying to monitor a tree on a day-to-day basis. It can be a little bit boring, kind of, you know, the same tree kind of measured roughly the same yesterday and as it did last week. But you know, if you go away for 3 months or go away for 6 months, you come back, you'll see that tree change. You see what I mean? But when you do it on a day-to-day basis, you have to have tremendous amount of stomach, patience, as you go through the growth, because it is growing every day. A tree is growing every day, just like the crypto markets are growing all the time as well. Yeah, there are millions and millions of people going into cryptocurrencies. And I was looking at this site. I like to look at this site here, find market cap, because it gives a lot of great indication as to the different markets and you know, the market cap of companies like Ethereum. And I was looking at Ethereum and weighing this up, because Ethereum is almost 4,000. Let's assume it was 4,000. We're talking about 400 million market cap. But I was doing a kind of rough calculation that for Ethereum to be a similar price, let's say 59, 58, 60,000 price, Ethereum's market cap would have to be about 6 trillion. I kind of worked it out in my head roughly. It would have to be around 5-6 trillion to achieve this type of market, this type of price. So you need to understand Bitcoin is very special because it's mathematically sound, based on a limited supply, an exact supply that is known, 21 million, an exact amount that's released each and every day, each and every month. You know, it's very, very powerful. You know, it is the most valuable store of value out there. It's the most valuable. So even Ethereum, even though Ethereum's having a great stretch right now, it did nothing for a long time. So it's, you know, it's not like it's done tremendous, because if you think of Ethereum, where's it go? If I click, yeah, well, anyway, its previous all-time high in the other cycle was around 1,000, around 1,400, 1,000, as you can see here, the figure here, price 1,327. That was its previous all-time high, okay? And then it, you know, dropped down, which is what the markets do, to 200, 150 bucks. You know, I think before that it was like 10 bucks. Before that, just a little bit before that, it's like 30 bucks, 19 bucks, 38 bucks, 50 bucks. So it went up to 1,300, almost 1,400, 1,300 something, came down to the 190, 150 something mark. I think I got in, I think when it was around 250. And then it stayed here for a very long time, very long time. And then you see, the first thing that market has to do is when it goes to, this is the next cycle. So this was the previous cycle. This is the current cycle we're in. The first thing it has to do is get back to its previous all-time high when it comes to this cycle. And it didn't do that until, when did it do that? Yeah, probably what date is this? January 31st is when it got back to its previous all-time high. So it's from there that now the game starts. You see what I mean? And so in order to get back to this high here, you didn't get there until probably around January, or else thereabouts, you can see. You understand? So now, and so from its previous all-time high was 1,301, let's say 1,400. Some people say it's 1,400. So for it to double its all-time high, it would have to be like, you know, close to like 2008. And so what we're now, we're 3008. And let's say 3,800. 3,800. 3,800. 3,800 divided by, let's say 1.4. Yes, like 2.5 times. Almost just around the 2.5 times. And so it's similar to what Bitcoin has done. What I mean by that is that Bitcoin all-time high was 20,000, and now it has, you know, it then reached the all-time high in 2017, was around the 20,000 mark. Let's say 19,000 something, right? But close to 20,000. So it then went down again. Then it started coming back up again, and it reached the same 19,000 in December, around the middle of December thereabouts. Okay, so it's December, the game really started again in this cycle. So this was the previous cycle here. This is the current cycle, right? So it reached, you know, its previous all-time high in December. So which now the game starts from December, and now it's really done like 2.5, almost 3 times. It's kind of done 3 times its previous, because it has reached 60, you know, and has reached the 60 mark. Let's see, what do we have here? 50. It has reached the 59.60 mark. I mean, it was 59 yesterday, and it has reached 63. So it has kind of reached 3 times its all-time high, whereas Ethereum hasn't reached 3 times its all-time high yet. It's, you know, 3 times its previous all-time high will take it to almost 4,400 or thereabouts. So it's not even reached 4,000 yet. So Bitcoin is still ahead, you know, in terms of what it has done compared to where it has been. What it has done so far this year compared to where it has been, it's done 3 times what it has done, whereas Ethereum has yet to do that. Okay, so they're both progressing at different rates. Bitcoin a little bit faster, I would say, and but they're both progressing. And you know, I don't think Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin. It is not at this. No, it isn't, because, like I said, Bitcoin has reached. Where's? We should have it here. Why don't I have it here? Bitcoin price at the moment, 24 volume. But anyway, it has reached an all-time high of 60 something. If I go down here, yeah, Bitcoin's all-time high so far is 64. It has reached 64, so it has reached over 3 times its previous all-time high, which was let's just click on here, which was here at 19. What people say 20,000, around 20,000. There's a 19,000 something around here somewhere. Yeah, 19,000. So it was around 20,000. So it reached, where is it? It has reached more than 3 times its all-time high so far, whereas Ethereum hasn't. Okay, its previous all-time high was, as I said, was around the 1,400 mark. In this previous last cycle, 1,300 and something, people say something around here. It was around 1,400. Some people say it touched 1,400. So it hasn't reached 3 times its previous high. The highest it's reached is 3,900. So 1,000. Let's get that calculator here. Calculator cal. What does it say? 1,400 times 3. It would have to reach this to reach 3 times its all-time high. It hasn't reached that yet. So it is not outperforming Bitcoin at the moment. It's getting there, but it's not outperforming. It's just doing its thing. They're both kind of doing this, but although Bitcoin is, so we say 2 weeks, no, it's not, it's about 6 weeks ahead of Ethereum in terms of when it started performing. So it's interesting to watch the markets between the two of them, but they're very different. They're two very different coins. One is a store of value. One is the world's supercomputer. So they're two different things, but they're both very, very valuable, Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm not going to really comment on Dogecoin. It's not part of my discussion here. But yeah, these two are digital gold, digital oil. That's how I see them. But anyway, like I said, there's so get hold of both sides of the equation, which is go to our website, IamWealthyandRich.com, how to understand the game of money and play it well, and download a free millionaire mindset and investment strategy for free. Encourage you to get that under your belt, and then contact us if you want to go and find out more about our altcoins, and we can get you onto one of our webinars. Okay, you can also watch some other videos, but do fill in this form, get the free information, doesn't cost you a thing. Apply the exercises that I teach you, the strategies that I teach you, learn how to master money, and then you will be ready for the next level. Okay, so with that, I'm just going to end this call. I want to please ask you to like, subscribe, follow, and share this video. And thanks very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day. Bye.